Hey guys, how you doing? There's another new tank in the game. The Object 777, Tier 9 Russian heavy tank. Reward for playing Frontlines. And it's time for me to give you my no bullshit opinion and review on this vehicle. So let's just launch right into it. It's not an object. This is not an object. Look at it. It looks Polish to me. And, well, let me just look at the turret. You see how it's slanted down like that? See that? We're just going to get right into it here. You see the lower plate? The huge lower plate? So it's not even worth going through all the numbers and the stats because basically this is not an object, right? The top of the turret there that's slanted down so that anyone can hit it, that little rectangular, that's an easy pen for anyone, and the lower plate is an easy pen. That doesn't sound like an object to me, okay? And all the other numbers, the armor is great. Well, 200, what is it, 132 upper plate, heavily angled, auto bounce angle, 115 sides so you can side scrape, 258 millimeters on the turret in the front, 225 on the side, yeah. But the gun, watch, the gun doesn't work. You pay for all that. The gun accuracy is what kills you because it's only 0.4 accuracy and 2.7 aim time with 440 alpha. So you can't really make, you can't take those delicate shots. All that armor you pay for it by having a gun that's not very accurate. Watch, you're not going to make shots like this. When you just, Russia. Yeah, it's the same old bullshit, guys. If you want the if you want to get all the stats and all the numbers and have the full review in Garage, then you should watch another channel. I recommend Des Games, does a great job on it. Go watch his videos on these reward tanks and you go through all the stats to your heart's delight. And what I'll tell you in this video is that the stats are all fucking bullshit and it's all smoke and mirrors. It doesn't really matter. This thing has an inaccurate gun, and I played 10 games in this, and I sucked. I won 1 out of 10 games, mainly because I was in a sea of Muppets the whole time. But I managed 1 win. I'm not going to show you the win. I'm going to show you 2 shit games. But this gun hits almost all the time because it's Russian. It's you just yell Russia, and it doesn't matter that it's 0.4 accuracy and 2.7 aim time. If you aim, you hit. That's all the aiming and accuracy and all those stats. Just forget about it. But the most important thing about this tank that I can tell you is it's not an object in the true sense of the word, right? Rewards. There are a few overpowered, fantastic reward tanks in the game. If some Clan Wars reward, you get an Object 907. That's a fantastic tank. Clan Wars reward, you get the Chieftain. That's an absolutely fantastic tank. Churning through all the campaign missions for years, and you get the Object 279E. That's an object. That's a fantastic tank. You play Frontlines for a while, and anyone can get this if you just grind Frontlines. You get this one. This is like an object light. It's not an object, right? It's not like the true sense of the... Any other object in the game is better than this one. Because once players figure out that, well, if you're not hull down, you have a huge lower plate that's easily penned, I found, by anybody. And when you are hull down, or when you are using, just showing your turret, anyone can pen the top of your turret. Anybody. And you're such a flat pancake there that most tanks that are close to you will just shoot down on you on that stupid turret that's sloped down, and there's a big rectangular area there that's just almost an auto pen for some high caliber guns, and just I've been penned right through the top of the turret by everybody. And you're tier 9, so you're going to be facing Object 279Es and Chieftains, and if you come across a Chieftain hull down or a Object 279E in this, you're dead in 2 minutes. But it's free. You just get it for playing Frontlines, and you got 440 alpha. You got pretty good pen on the regular round. You got a really good heat round, and even if you miss like this, see, Russia, it just goes in. Even if you don't aim and you're aiming above the enemy tank, I've hit almost every shot I've taken in this thing. And then the other reward one, that French one, Le Charo Futur or whatever it was that has the really accurate gun with the 4-shot clip. I'll carefully aim those because I've only, I've got 4 shots in the clip and I got to make them count, and 2 out of the 4 will hit the dirt. so I'm not going to go through the numbers, right? Just play the tank. Play the tank. Also, it's fast. It goes 40 kilometers an hour, this thing, and there's no terrain resistance because it gets to 40 easily. It's kind of a fast thing. That was the only positive. And this is the typical game I had in it. Let me just show you the post-game stats here. This is like every game I've had in this thing. Defeat. I did okay on damage. Not great, right? And lost credits because I spammed heat like a motherfucker. This gets 340 pen on the heat, so that's one good thing. You can hold your own versus the Type 5s, and you get the Russian heat, right? So you have no problem dealing damage with this. Don't get me wrong. It's a damage dealer. It's good. But see the turret, the way it's sloped down there? As soon as people figure it out, right? Any taller tank's just going to shoot the top of your turret and pen you, and if your hull is exposed, you're an easy pen. The other thing I noticed, because it doesn't have very good gun depression is not the same on all tanks, right? I don't know what this has, like 6 or 7. I don't know the exact number. I don't care. It just doesn't work because you see how big and flat and like it's a big rectangle. It has a huge footprint, this tank. Sometimes you're trying to just edge over a little undulation, and because your tank is so big, that top front left corner or front right corner of your tank, the track will hit the topography and your tank will start angling up, and your turret's kind of far back in the middle, and then you can't use your gun depression, right? So if you had the same gun depression in a tank that the turret's near the front and it's a much smaller footprint, like say the Sherman. I know the Sherman has better gun depression, but the point is the design, it's small, you edge up to a little undulation, and because your turret's near the front, you can use your full gun depression. But with this thing, you find a little slope and your tank starts angling up because it's such a big footprint that the tracks, you know what I mean? Like it starts angling up on topography that's half a tank's width ahead of your turret. So you can't use your gun depression because you get to a place like this, and this is stupid. I just want to take a shot there and boom, right through the lower plate, right through the track and the lower plate. You're not going to bounce anything in this thing if you show your lower plate like that. You see that? It's cheese. And the top of the turret is cheese. And it's really hard to use your gun depression, so meh. It's a reward object. It's object light. So if you play Frontlines and you qualify for a reward, pick whatever one you want. The French one, the Le Char Futur, was a little bit quirky and different, at least. The 4-shot autoloader and fast and good camouflage. But, and then there's this one. Whoop-de-doo. But understandable. I'm not complaining, guys, because you get it just for playing Frontlines. So why not? It's understandable that just if you can get it for free just for playing Frontlines, you're not going to get the new overpowered tank that's going to take on the Object 279E or the Chieftain, right? Imagine the uproar? No. So these tanks, these reward ones for Frontlines, are balanced. I think they're balanced. They're balanced. And shout out to Wargaming for making them balanced. And shout out to Wargaming for giving you a kind of a decent reward for playing Frontlines, because a lot of people are going to want to collect these and get them, and that's great. And shout out to Wargaming for letting me have them to test them. But here's the thing. They're balanced, which is great, but the point is, once there's already unbalanced tanks in the game, like once you have Chieftains, see, let me take a heat right through. You have no problem dealing damage in this thing. Just press 2, you will deal damage like there's no tomorrow. You got the highest pen in the game, 340 heat, on a just like all the other Russian objects. And back to what I was saying. Once you have Object 907s and Chieftains and Object 279Es, once you've unbalanced the game, then anytime you introduce a tank that's not overpowered or unbalanced, you just go, whatever. Right? It's trying to keep things balanced once there's already unbalanced things in the game. Well done. Here, have a cookie. Like, so what? There's already the... If I meet an object 279E or a chieftain, I'm screwed, right? The game's already unbalanced. So introducing balanced tanks now is like, okay, well, that's fine. At least there's not another OP one. But yeah, that's what you get. Just another XP pinata for the unbalanced ones. And these reward, another reason I'm saying this, because these reward frontline tanks are tier 9, right? They're not tier 8 or 7 or 6. So you will, once the honeymoon, your matchmaking honeymoon is over, you will always be fighting tier 10s. Not always, but most of the time you'll be fighting tier 10s. And you're going to see object 279Es and chieftains, and they'll kill you in a few minutes, right? Literally. If I come around the corner and there's an object 279E facing this thing, I'm dead in 2 minutes. I won't pen him. Maybe I will, yeah, with my 340. Heat, I might. But I'm kind of flat and low. No, probably not, because I won't be able to shoot down on his upper plate very easily. He'll just shoot my roof. If a chieftain face hugs me, I'll probably have trouble penning him too. But anyway, so the no bullshit opinion is, it's okay. It's another reward. Great. Knock yourselves out, play Frontlines, and enjoy. I don't even know why I do these review videos, because what Wargaming does is they give us these things, and then they say, well, there's an embargo. You're not allowed to release content on this. It's secret until 3 o'clock in the morning on such and such a date. So, us guys in North America, we go, oh, yeah, well, okay, well, follow the rules. We'll do that, right? And we wait till 3 o'clock in the morning on such and such a day, and then I just do a quick check on the internet, and there's a dozen videos already out a month ago by various European content providers, and so who the fuck wants to watch this video, right? It might be a waste of time for me to even make these for you, but hopefully you glean something out of that. But what's the point even making these videos after the embargo's lifted when there's already videos out there about it? So I don't know what embargo means, or I don't even know what the freaking rules are, or whether there's different rules. So I don't actually give a shit. And what I'll tell you guys is go watch the videos that Des Games made months ago in May about, while it was secret, and we weren't allowed to talk about it. Go and watch him, because he does a great job. And I would recommend, for all the new content that comes out in the game, watch Des Games. He does the best videos, the most thorough analysis, and he's usually the first guy that comes out and reviews these things. So a shout out to him. I think you should go watch his, because my videos are just bullshit. I don't give a crap about the stats. They're mostly meaningless, So what if you have 132 well-angled upper plate? If a half of your tank is a lower plate that's easily penetrated, and your turret roof, which is slanted down, is almost an auto pen. Well, who cares what your armor is, right? People will figure that out. So your armor is 0, really, right? Who cares what your gun handling stats are if I played 10 games in this thing and every freaking shot hits? Just play the game, enjoy it. If you get the reward, good for you. You can collect these things. The no bullshit review is you're getting yourself, it's called object, but it's not really. It should be called an object light. That's what this thing is. Object light, because it's free. And there, I have permission to talk about it now because the embargo's been lifted, but you've already watched 30 videos on it, so there you go. Yeah, please subscribe and smash that like button. Give me a break. I'm going to go play now, and you guys enjoy Frontlines, okay? Frontlines is a good way to make credits, and if you like it, at least you get the opportunity to collect 2 more tanks. Oh, the other thing is they don't make any credits. They don't have the credit booster, but you can put your crew in here, yeah, blah, 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 you know all this stuff. And if you want to know all about the in-game stats and the statistics and the spreadsheet, go watch a different video. You can study all those things, but they're going to shoot your lower plate or your roof, and there you go. And if they don't see you, they won't shoot. And if they're Muppets, they won't shoot you. So basically, if the enemy team is full of clueless Muppets, you're going to have a great game and do a lot of damage. And if the enemy team has some really good players on it, they're going to just go through your roof and lower plate like cheese. And you're going to say this thing sucks. Yeah. And have a cookie.